You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
To learn more about a deadly shooting early this morning in DeKalb County, police out on the scene of a Clarion Apartments at Remington Lane in Decatur for hours while you were sleeping. We've learned at least one person has died. We'll bring you more updates both here on air and on 11alive.com as they come in.
Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news, Willie James Pye has become the state's first inmate to be put to death in more than 4 years. Pye was set to die at 7 last night, but a last-minute petition delayed it until after 11. Pye was put to death in 1996 following the 1993 kidnapping, rape, and killing of his girlfriend, Alicia Yarbrough. People gathered outside the Georgia Diagnostic Prison in Jackson where Pye spent his last moments. Some saying putting someone to death is not how the state should solve its crime problem.
We don't kill to show that killing is wrong. We can do so much better.
Pye was the 54th inmate to be put to death by lethal injection in Georgia.
This morning, demolition is underway at the Forest Cove Apartments in southeast Atlanta. For years, 11 Alive has reported on a long list of issues plaguing the buildings and impacting people who live there. Forest Cove was condemned in 2021. The demolition comes after the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development canceled its contract with the property's owner. Mayor Dickens says this demolition signals a new beginning.
We are putting on notice any landlord, any bad operator in the city of Atlanta that we mean business when we say that if you are going to operate in a way that's going to cause hurt, harm, or danger to the residents of Atlanta, such as the owners of Forest Cove, which is Millennia, we will see about you.
Mayor Dickens says the city is now investigating another complex, Fairburn and Gordon in Adamsville. One, he says, HUD also has its eye on.
A bill that pushes for more protection for renters in Georgia could face a milestone vote today at the state capitol. It's called the Safe at Home Act, and advocates say it is a critical step for Georgia families and children.
We know that child outcomes are directly related to safe and stable housing, and there are lots and lots and lots and lots of children who live in homes which are not stable in that they can be evicted quickly and without notice and are not safe.
Advocates say many families cannot afford to pick up and move to other places when needed, which is why HB 404 is so important. The bill says places for rent must be fit for habitation. It prohibits landlords from requiring more than 2 months rent and security deposits and provides new standards for the eviction process. With the countdown to the end of the legislative session on, it's anticipated HB 404 could go to the Senate floor for a vote today.
6:49 now, a live look from HartsfieldJackson International Airport, gearing up for a busy couple of days. The airport's expecting 83,000 people to pass through today, another 87,000 tomorrow. They're reminding everybody to get there early if you're flying out and to check wait times. Airports across the country are experiencing a busy peak spring break travel period. It ends on Monday.
And that was a look at your top headlines, getting you ready to head out the door this morning. Do you think a mask helps with the pollen? Like if it's really that bad?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Your smaller particles that you can't see is really what gets you. We'll be looking at the pollen counts probably on the high side once again today. Yesterday they were at 314, had high tree pollen, and also the mold was on the high side as well. Grass and weeds on the low side, oak, pine, mulberry, elm, and also sweet gum were your culprits. Hey, spent some time last night with the Cub Scout Pack 9161, the Wolf Den. That's what they call the Wolf Den. That's Sharon Martinez, the Wolf Den leader right there. And so they got their stem package or patches yesterday, and I got a little thank you pin myself right there. Look at that. Good to be with you all. We're looking at temperatures, well, in the 40s starting off this morning. Got some 50s out there. 41 degrees over toward Conyers, 48 rather, in McDonough. 43 degrees. I don't know why I want to say 50 so much. 43 degrees in Peachtree City. It's 40 right now in Noonan. So you got some cool spots out there. 40 in Hiram. Also over into Temple, you got 40 degrees. 41 in Dallas, where that Wolf Den resides. You're looking at 47 degrees right now in Marietta. You got to hit the city to get those 50s. Tucker at 51. Over in DeKalb County, got 52 degrees in downtown Atlanta, 50 right now in East Point at the current tower. Good day to get out and maybe do some bird watching. I don't know what you do, right? You know, looking at temperatures on the mild side for this afternoon. 73 degrees, our afternoon high temperature. But the clouds will be on the increase. That's what that young man was pointing to. Hey, there comes clouds. The rain, not that far away from us, and we'll get in here, but it won't happen until tomorrow. We'll have a better chance for the rain to be around. Again, clouds steadily increasing today. Got a front draped over us that will continue to sink southward. It will become stationary, but will bring us an easterly flow as we set up later on this afternoon and into tonight as well. Tomorrow, that easterly flow, along with the rain, will bring some cooler temperatures. 80% chance for those scattered showers to be around. Will linger into Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, it should begin to taper off. Those clouds will start to break up. We may get a little sunshine in here before it sets. Here's how all that plays out, our forecast track model. You see where we start off with the sunshine this morning looking great. By this afternoon, in fact, by noon, mostly sunny skies. We'll have a few clouds overhead, but right around 2, 3 o'clock, those clouds will quickly start to fill in. Looking at mostly cloudy skies by 5 o'clock tonight. Don't let that stop you from going out, having your date night. Will be nice and dry. We'll stay that way through Friday morning. Your morning commute dry, but then once we get to the afternoon, that's when the rain comes in. Anywhere from light to moderate to even heavy showers, maybe a clap of thunder or two, but we're not anticipating any severe weather to be around. Stays with us overnight going into Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, there could be a lingering shower or two, and then it gets out of the way, and drier air will start to work into the area where we'll get that sunshine back in here for Sunday. 73 for your high today, down to 58 by tomorrow. You're back to the jacket weather, and of course the rain gear as well. 65 degrees on Saturday. I think those showers will last through the afternoon. We'll get out of the way late afternoon going into the evening. Sunshine comes back to us on Sunday, back to where we should be for this time of year as far as the temperature goes on Sunday afternoon. Going to stay in the 60s as we start the work week next week, but it looks like it's going to be a wet one Tuesday and Wednesday. The rain moves back into our forecast area.
This is Jerry Carnes with the latest on problems with mail delivery here in Metro Atlanta. We spoke to a woman who's been waiting 2 weeks for prescription medication mailed to her from the Veterans Administration. She traced it to this facility, the USPS processing facility in Palmetto. It is just the latest on many complaints we have heard about this facility. Kate Vaccaro's mother and husband both get medication by mail from the VA. She's frustrated by the delay and says her family is suffering. We reached out to a pharmacist who recommends that you get your medications directly from a pharmacy rather than by mail. He says it is possible to get a limited supply by bringing a pill bottle to a local pharmacy. Kate Vaccaro says her loved ones can't wait much longer.
My mother has been without her meds now for a minimum of 2 weeks, and they're important meds. It's diabetes meds, it's blood pressure meds, heart meds. And my husband is due to make an order soon from the VA for his blood thinner, which is extremely important to him.
We also reached out to the Veterans Administration to see if they have any advice for people in this situation. We are waiting to hear back. Back to you.
All right, Jerry, the longer it goes, the more serious it gets. Thank you. 6:55 now. This morning, there are a number of bills on the governor's desk that impact you and your family. We're watching to see if he signs them. First, state senators approved a plan creating $6,500 student vouchers. It's for students at public schools performing in the bottom 25%. Families would have the option to use the money on private school tuition, homeschooling supplies, tutoring, or even early college courses. There could be more than 21,000 vouchers. Students from households with incomes less than 4 times the federal poverty level would be prioritized. The governor could also sign legislation cutting taxes. The bill drops the personal tax rate to 5.39%. They're looking to bring it down 0.1% per year until it reaches 4.99. That's if the state revenues hold up. The corporate tax rate for businesses would also keep falling until reaching that same amount.
Rapper Quavo is fighting back against gun violence in Metro Atlanta. Quavo has been helping to reduce crime in communities since the death of Migos group member Takeoff, who was also his nephew. Quavo's charity, the Rocket Foundation, is giving Atlanta organizations who work to curb gun violence a chance to apply for a $10,000 Spark grant. 10 nonprofits will be awarded funding. Applications open right now. The deadline to apply is April 21st. Happening today, Atlanta kicks off a new season of its midnight basketball program. Tonight will mark the beginning of season 6. Mayor Andre Dickens says the events give young people a positive outlet and some much needed support. Tonight's game kicks off at 7 at the C.T. Martin Auditorium and Rec Center. Games will be held on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, we're looking at temperatures warming up as we head through the afternoon. In fact, we'll be at 66 by noon with mostly sunny skies, partly to mostly cloudy skies by 3 o'clock, but it will be warm. You're looking at 73 degrees. That'll be our high temperature for today. Some spots could get a little higher, 71 degrees by 6 o'clock under mostly cloudy skies. No rain coming out of the clouds tonight. You don't have to worry about that. Rain comes to us by tomorrow. It'll be off and on as we head through the rest of the afternoon going into Saturday morning. Should be clear by Sunday.
Some of us already feeling the effects of allergy season. A new study says the average allergy season in Atlanta is now several weeks longer, and it has a greater impact, especially on kids. According to the study from the nonprofit Climate Central, the season is approximately 33 days longer compared to back in 1970. Grab your Claritin.
Just makes me feel like that.
The deep itch.
There's a spot.
Yes, you can't get to it. All right,
When you get it, it's good though.
Oh, yes, ma'am, it is. Have a great day, everybody. See you in the morning.